kid's supposed to be down there right now.
Alright. Hey, is there any way you could park like right there? You came over, let's so gotcha. I'm a 40. Alright.
I'm gonna sweatpants you like anyway.
Yeah, I was baby though. My daughter 4 now,
Yeah,
she tiny.
I just said 14. He said we ain't got that. I've been bottom. The kids.
Stop question.
Thank you. For these.
I'm trying to change in here. I can change in here? Hell yeah.
They say they don't go all the way.
Albie, what up, Albie? That's crazy. We played part one of together. We played for the Cowboys.
Box Truck said Denver, Colorado wants to be.
Let me see you, bro. Congrats.
Right. Shakur. Hey, come on, let us get you over here, bro.
You should be good. It should be enough for all y'all.
He trying to punch with you too, Manny, so give him some faith.
Yo, this EO.
Leave him alone, Dave! Hey, Dave, leave him alone! Find the right shots, Manson. You'll see it. Hands up, though. Yup.
Got it.
If you don't take a picture with me, I'm crashing out.
Gotta get out now.
I'm happy to be back at the Prudential Center. This is my home. I love it here. Hopefully, my next fight will be here. That's what I want. But I came here to support Lil Manny, and Lil Manny got the job done. Tough fight, close fight, but he pulled it through, and I'm just glad to be here to support him.
You and Tank ever linked up in the ring?
Yeah, we sparred before.
Can we ever expect a fight?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's gonna be one of the biggest fights in the world.
No cap.
I feel like how they talking about Earl and Bud Crawford, I feel like me and Tank gonna be basically 2.0 of that. Probably even bigger than that.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I cracked both of them.
I feel you. I told you it's a 50-50 fight.
Ain't no 50-50 fight, nigga. How you gonna keep me off and you ain't got no power?
I was also told that Devin got the best of you in the last sparring session.
And you know I sparred them twice.
That's right. If Bill
took him out the ring, I almost knocked him out in Floyd Gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that?
I don't know, but I ain't hear that.
Oh, okay. Tell to Devin and his dad to get out my dick. Tell him, be prepared. Because after these first 2 niggas, oh man, I'm coming straight at niggas.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? He don't have no offense. Everything is defense. What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause people took when I said this wrong. Like I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could like you if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about like somebody hit you in the chin where like people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never like felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So in sparring, fight, anything. So nah.
How you think the one coming up with Tank?
I hope he don't fight Lamar actually. Like I hope he don't get in the ring with him again. Because at the end of the day, if he lose, it's just gonna look bad on the fight with me. So it's gonna look like somebody else already did it.
You want Tank to knock you out, yo?
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I heard him say before. I heard him say like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice. But why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
look. That sound good. That sound real good. But she's too little.
When it comes to intense rivalries in modern boxing, very few matchups create as much division and non-stop debate as the rivalry between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Over the years, this rivalry has grown far beyond simple fight talk because both fan bases passionately defend their fighter as the superior boxer every single time the discussion comes up. Social media has become a non-stop battleground between supporters of Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, with arguments constantly erupting over skills, power, defense, ring IQ, and accomplishments. The rivalry has become so massive that even former fighters, analysts, and respected boxing experts regularly jump into the debate trying to decide who would actually win if both men finally stepped into the ring together. The tension surrounding this matchup has been building for years, and the anticipation only grows stronger every time one of them fights. The frustrating part for boxing fans is that despite all the hype and endless discussions, there is still no official fight date in sight.
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm a top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
Over the last few years, many boxing fans and analysts have started developing stronger opinions about who might actually have the advantage in this long-awaited showdown. Shakur Stevenson has continued rising rapidly through the sport by taking difficult fights and consistently proving his technical brilliance against elite competition. His victory over William Zepeda was viewed by many as a huge turning point because it showed he could handle relentless pressure while still controlling the fight intelligently. Then after his performance against Teofimo Lopez, Shakur's popularity and reputation reached another level entirely as many people began viewing him as one of the most complete fighters in boxing. Stevenson has repeatedly pushed for the biggest fights available and openly called out Gervonta Davis multiple times, making it clear he is fully willing to step into dangerous situations. Meanwhile, Tank Davis has remained largely inactive over certain periods and has also dealt with legal issues outside the ring that affected momentum around his career.
You were Tank's promoter. What would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis.
Slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You had to buy it. You had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Regardless of who fans believe would win, there is absolutely no doubt that a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis would become one of the biggest events in boxing instantly. Many experts believe it has all the ingredients necessary to become a modern classic because both fighters bring elite talent, undefeated confidence, and huge fan support into the conversation. Fan in Boxing shared an especially interesting opinion regarding why Shakur Stevenson needs this matchup so badly at this stage of his career. According to him, Stevenson may already be respected technically, but defeating a superstar like Tank Davis is what could elevate him into a true mainstream attraction globally. Fanon also had advice for Tank Davis himself, insisting that Davis has stayed at lightweight for too long and should eventually move up to 140 pounds where massive challenges and opportunities are waiting. At the same time, he accused certain media figures of trying to push Stevenson away from the Tank fight entirely by encouraging him to move toward 147 pounds instead.
To go to 140, 147, he's been at 135 too long. He's dominating everybody there. There's no challenges for you there. Come on and go up to 147 pounds. Like I said, that's a system. They are not these people are bought and paid for. We already know that. So the people that they support want Shakur Stevenson to go up to 147 to fight guys like Conor Benn, to fight guys like whoever at 147 pounds, right? But what will that make Shakur? Let's just be real. What does that make Shakur? That is going to make Shakur, basically, he's going to be stuck being an undercard fighter. Like he's been stuck at being an undercard fighter. He didn't get any real momentum off of that fight with Teofimo Lopez. What did he get? He got a bunch of systematic press. People talking about the fight for about a week and how great he is. And after that, it went right back into nobody talking about Shakur. Because Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star. But he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there. Is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez, really. But you know, we live in this era where YouTube channels like The Boxing Voice, like Showbiz the Adult, like these other guys want to prescribe movements for fighters that really don't do anybody any good other than the backers.
Hall of Famer Tim Bradley also weighed in strongly on the ongoing conversation surrounding Shakur Stevenson's future weight class and career direction. Bradley completely rejected the idea of forcing Stevenson to jump immediately to 147 pounds, especially considering how many divisions Shakur has already conquered throughout his career. He pointed out that Stevenson recently dominated Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds, proving once again that he belongs among boxing's elite fighters regardless of division. Bradley believes there are still major fights waiting for Stevenson at both 130 and 135 pounds before he should even consider a permanent move to welterweight. He specifically mentioned names like Isaac Cruz, Dalton Smith, and Gary Antoine Russell as meaningful challenges fans would still love to see. Bradley clearly feels Shakur should continue building his legacy naturally rather than rushing upward in weight too quickly simply because outside voices are pushing for it.
Tim, tell us about Shakur Stevenson. He can't seem to get a fighter to step in the ring with him after his performance with Teofimo Lopez. What do you make of that? What do you think's going on with Shakur Stevenson?
There's fights out there for Shakur. There's fights out there for Shakur. Hell yeah, there's fights out there. He gotta fight him. He gotta go get him. That's it. Look, every fight ain't gotta be a damn home run. Every fight ain't gotta be not a home run, but every fight ain't gotta be like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Super Bowl?
Like the Masters or Super Bowl. Every fight ain't gotta be like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Just stay busy, get better.
Well, you can stay busy and get better, but if you fighting the top guys in the division, that's all that we want to see. You know what I mean? So like, if you're gonna stay at 140, we want to see you against that Russell guy. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you against Russell. We want to see you against Dalton Smith. We want to see you against that top echelon of that division. If you go to 35, we want to see you against the Muratais of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't the bigger fights at 147 though? Ryan, Devin.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but he's not a 147 pounder. He's not. He ain't say, oh, let me go test that 140. No, he said, I'm gonna go to 140 without no tune-ups, and I'm gonna face the best guy there, right? And he faced Lopez, and he demolished him like nothing, right? So, like, now y'all want to force him to go up to 47 for what? That's his fourth weight class, dog. His fourth weight class. In a way, it's fourth weight champion too. In a way, ain't going up to 26 yet. In a way, we'll go up there. He handled his business this weekend or next weekend. I'm pretty sure he might go up to 126, right? So the same thing with Shakur. Eventually Shakur will get there, you know, but he got some fights that he can fight. At 130 and 135, shit, I wouldn't mind seeing a Cruz Shakur. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Muratai.
Tim Bradley also gave his thoughts specifically on the possibility of Shakur Stevenson finally fighting Gervonta Davis and made it very clear how important he believes the matchup truly is for boxing. According to Bradley, this fight represents the definition of a blockbuster event because it combines two undefeated stars in their prime with completely different styles and huge fan support behind them. Bradley openly urged Tank Davis to take the fight and stop allowing the matchup to remain stuck in endless speculation and debate. He believes the event would become a massive pay-per-view success and potentially one of the defining fights of this era if both men agree to make it happen.
Gervonta's at 140, that seems to be the biggest
I
name.
want Gervonta Davis to step in the ring and face somebody, dog, already, bro. For real.
He'll be back.
Like, oh, I know he coming back, dog. But I'm just saying, like, fight Shakur, bro. Fight Shakur. That's all I'm saying, bro. Fight any of these top guys out there, man. And that's it. Because you can say, oh, Shakur ain't fight nobody. Well, shit, if Shakur ain't fight nobody and Tank ain't fight nobody, why don't they fight each other? If that's how y'all want to put it, Body check, bro. That will probably be one of the biggest fights in boxing right now, bro. The biggest fight. Box office. It will sell out like this, like that.
Coach Breadman also shared a fascinating breakdown of the potential fight, and his perspective immediately caught attention because of how highly he rates both fighters. According to Breadman, Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis possess completely different styles inside the ring, but both operate with elite-level intelligence and confidence that separates them from most fighters in boxing today. He praised Stevenson's versatility heavily, saying his ability to adapt under pressure and remain calm during difficult moments makes him dangerous against absolutely anyone. Breadman even referenced Stevenson willingly fighting off the ropes against William Zepeda as proof of his instincts and comfort level inside the ring. However, he also acknowledged that Tank Davis brings a completely unique level of explosive power that forces opponents to fight differently.
When you hear these things, when you see Shakur in all these different styles, do you look at him any different when it comes down to a Tank Davis fight now?
I think that Tank is a different style than Zepeda, but Shakur seems to want to take all the tough smoke, and I think really highly of him as a fighter. You know, he seems to. You can kind of get like the gut feeling that certain guys will fight anybody. And Shakur, even though he hasn't fought the huge names, I get the impression in my guts that he's willing to fight anybody. You know what I mean? He got a real confident way about him, and he got the kind of style where you got to kind of adjust to him. So, you know, I don't think he's going to fight Tank the same way he fought Zepeda, but that's what makes Shakur special, is that he can win fights more than one different way. I always thought Shakur and Tank is a great fight, and I still do. But Shakur seems super confident that he could beat Tank. So the only way to figure that out is if they get in the ring. I think they both special, you know, and unfortunately they haven't fought yet, and they're around the same weight classes. So hopefully we get to see it before somebody loses bad or be past their prime, and then we got to wonder what would have happened if they fought on their best day. I just want to just see the fights. But sometimes, like when you ask a question like that, it's hard to say, because sometimes a fighter instinct let him know what he could do with certain guys and with certain guys he can't do. You know what I mean? It just, like Shakur might say, okay, I'm a smother Tank power. Or he might say, I'm a box and I'm going to get on my jab and I'm going to move. I don't know how that works. You know, because his mind and his instincts will let him know what he think he could do. Like the Zepeda fight, I was hearing, they was like, get off the ropes, get off the ropes. But he saw it in a way where he's like, I could be on the ropes and counterpunch this guy and get off. So we got to just see. And Tank is the same way. They both got super high IQ. So we got to see how they would deal with each other and what adjustments the corner would make and all that kind of stuff, and then come down the stretch and we just see. I really can't say how he would fight him. I don't think he would fight him like he would fight Shakur, but we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't really know until you get in.
While experts continue debating possible winners between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, the host of Blue Blood Sports TV delivered a harsh reality check for fans still expecting the fight to become official anytime soon. He strongly dismissed rumors claiming that Gervonta Davis is preparing a massive offer for Stevenson and called those reports completely misleading. According to him, Stevenson has already surpassed Davis technically and professionally by becoming a 4-division champion and establishing a resume that guarantees Hall of Fame recognition one day. He also argued that the financial situation surrounding major promotions could make it extremely difficult for the fight to happen without outside support from influential investors like Turki Alalshik.
At these stages of their career, Shakur Stevenson has surpassed Gervonta Tank Davis. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. He is a 4-division legit champion and should be Olympic gold medalist. And His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has eliminated pay-per-view numbers being needed to pay fighters and A-side, B-side. He has eliminated that. So they can't make Shakur a massive offer he can't refuse. First of all, the PBC doesn't even have the budget to do so. And they need His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh to put on events, as we see. Now, Top Rank is in trying to bring ESPN back into the picture so they could get back on the market. But they don't have a network. Shakur Stevenson's network promotional free agent. essentially. He works with Jay Prince, but he also has dealings with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. He don't need Gervonta Tank Davis. It's just the fight that we want to see. But these lies that Tank Davis is getting ready to make Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse is just that, a lie. Where would he get the money to offer Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse? It would have to come from Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency. And guess what? Tank ain't offering nothing. That means Turki Al-Sheikh would be making the offer to make the fight happen. So I don't know where this. I do know where these folk lords, these fake these just diabolical. The words I want to use, I can't use. But it ain't. Shakur Stevenson has essentially at this point in his career moved past Tank Davis. And the fans and the people have already accepted it ain't happening. They don't like the style matchup, number one.
At the center of all these discussions remains the biggest unanswered question in boxing right now, and that is who actually wins if Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis finally meet inside the ring. Both fighters are currently operating near the peak of their abilities, and each brings strengths capable of completely changing a fight instantly. Tank Davis carries devastating knockout power and explosive finishing ability that can erase mistakes with one punch, while Shakur Stevenson offers elite defense, precision, movement, and technical brilliance that frustrates opponents over entire fights. Some fans believe Tank's power eventually breaks through, while others feel Stevenson's intelligence and ring control would neutralize Davis over 12 rounds. What makes the matchup so compelling is the fact that both arguments sound believable. At the same time, many fans also feel this fight could revive massive momentum around Tank Davis's career if it actually happens soon. Until contracts are signed, however, the debate will continue dominating social media, boxing shows, and fan conversations everywhere, because this remains one of the most desired fights in the entire sport today.